I'm going to show you how to have a little bit more control on how slicers interact with visuals and how visuals interact with other visuals. Here I have the lending loan data again, and the visuals on this page actually interact really well with each other. For example, if I click on a certain state, then the 100% stacked bar graph stays fully populated and it simply filters down to the distribution for that particular state. Right, this actually behaves exactly the way I want it to, so I really don't need to do anything. Now, I'm going to move over, and what I did is I actually duplicated this page. Part of the reason these two visuals are behaving so nicely is because I had a top-in filter placed on both of them, and that actually limited the number of interaction options that you have, and it limited to the one that I wanted it to have, which is the filtering option. I made a duplicate of this page, and I actually pulled off the top-in filters, and I want to show you that when you don't have a top-in filter, just ignore these titles because this is just for illustration purposes. I pulled off the top-in filter, and without that filter you have the option to either highlight the 100% stacked bar graph based on what I selected in the map, or to filter the 100% bar graph. And actually the filter looks a lot better. So I'm going to just demonstrate this as I click on the different states. You can see that it filters the 100% stacked bar graph, and it stays fully populated and just simply shows the distribution for that particular state. Now if I change it to highlight, and I click on a state, then it's only going to highlight the part of the bar. It keeps the distribution for the entire country, and then it just highlights the piece that corresponds to, for example, California, which I think is usually more difficult to read and interpret. So I wanted you to know that you can always manipulate these interactions to be a filter instead of a highlight. And I know from looking at several student reports that you've run into this issue, and this is how you can solve it. So you'll click on the visual, you'll go to Format Interactions, and then you can choose either the highlight or the filter, and you can look at it both ways to determine which is the best representation for your report.